I continue to experience fallout from my review of Cloak and Dagger. It's a kid's film that has a lot of murder in it, espionage, an imaginary friend that entices a young boy to murder, and an ending that I thought was going to say it was all a dream. User Sasha Mice recommended some films for me to watch that are of a similar vein. Gotcha, If Looks Could Kill, and Soy Kids. Unfortunately, I could not for the life of me find Soy Kids playing anywhere, but I did watch Gotcha and If Looks Could Kill, so we're going to do a combo review right here, right now. Before we get into it, I want to give a quick mention to my buddies over at CalderoLab.com. They sent me their latest, the Body Bar. This all-natural soap smells great, and in just one pass develops such a thick lather, you swear you could slip through time. If you're man enough to try the Body Bar, use my promo code FRY15, save 15% at checkout. Before he was a budding NBA superstar, Anthony Edwards was a white 80s actor best known for being behind Maverick in the F-14. Here he plays the role of Jonathan Moore. He's a college student who runs around with what looks like a real gun, but it shoots paintballs, and he says gotcha when he shoots friends.
What? Oh. Gotcha.
Was this ever a game? I couldn't tell you. I just know it's not now. Jonathan goes to Europe with his pal who may look familiar to you. Yeah, it was the guy who was framed for murder in the original A Nightmare on Elm Street. See how I put the A in the title? You're supposed to have the A. People don't say The Silence of the Lambs, but they should. There, he catches the eye of Linda Fiorentino, and then the movie falls apart. The buddy dynamic that was vibing well disappears, and we learn quickly that Anthony Edwards is not lead actor material. He just simply lacks that je ne sais quoi that has you compelled to watch him. Gotcha has a serious identity crisis. I can't tell if it's supposed to be some kind of romantic thriller that is slightly skewed towards teenagers. There's love scenes. You don't see much of Linda Fiorentino. Oh, but they'll do a strip search and then the boobies come out, so why were we covering them up in the first place? She wants Jonathan to be the mule, smuggling something from Soviet-occupied Berlin. Fairly mundane chase ensues, but we get good 80s tracks, 2 of them from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Once back in the States, Jonathan realized he had incriminating film on him, and also Linda Fiorentino works for the CIA. I might be making Gotcha sound more exciting than it is, because the honest truth is, 6 years later, If Looks Could Kill, similar premise, way more fun. So the top British agent is killed by the principal from Kindergarten Cop. It was an assassin working with some guy who is overseeing some kind of new currency. It's going to involve smelting everybody else's gold. But the Americans are sending over their best agent, Michael Corbin, who happens to share the name with a kid who failed his French class and has to take it abroad this year, played by Richard Grieco. In a similar manner to Anthony Edwards, Richard Grieco also lacks that compelling star quality. I wasn't really vibing with his brand of humor, but I appreciated the attempts at it. Mistaken for an agent, Michael gets all the cool gadgets, a sweet Lotus that James Bond would have loved. He can raise his hands in his suit and it knocks guys out with gas. He even gets in a car chase involving a 300ZX driven by Gabrielle Anwar at the height of her powers. She's no agent, but she's on his tail because her dad was the top British agent who was killed. She wants that Linda Hunt dead. Unlike Gotcha, If Looks Could Kill actually has fun with the premise. It doesn't quite get cartoony enough to be Hudson Hawk levels of ridiculous. It's slightly restrained. There's actual set pieces here that are noteworthy. I like this fight they had where they froze the smelted gold and then they actually brawled out on top of it. Early on, we're introduced to this snobby French teacher and we're not liking her. She's the butt of some jokes, but I was like, no, come on, don't kill her. She doesn't deserve to get killed. And she has an arc. She gets redemption. She even gets to wield an SMG. There's a missile that goes under a bus. There's a helicopter that explodes and the propeller flies towards our leads. And it's a miniature that doesn't look all that out of place. There is affection and effort in If Looks Could Kill. I just wish the soundtrack could keep up because these tracks are stale. So if you've been paying attention, one of these movies sucks a lot more than the others. I give Gotcha 2 out of 4 stars, and might surprise you with this one, If Looks Could Kill, 3 out of 4 stars.
If you appreciate a YouTube channel that doesn't just pad out content to get to the 8-minute mark so that it can hammer you with ad breaks, then you should subscribe to my son's channel. You just got done watching it.